Now, on 105.9 FM and streaming worldwide on the WMAL app, O'Connor and Company.
It's 8:07, and your morning drive continues here on O'Connor and Company. Thanks for tuning in so that you can be informed and entertained and maybe even put in a good mood. Did you wake up on the wrong side of the bed? Well, keep it here. We'll fix that. Julie Gunlock is the tonic to whatever ails you, right, Julie?
Oh, goodness. I don't know.
She always puts me in a good mood every single time. I wake up so grumpy, and it's like, oh, Julie's here. I feel better now.
Except when I go over the clock. Then he's mad again.
I don't know what you're talking about. By the way, Julie's method of getting me in a good mood is it's quite sweet and quite effective, actually. She says, snap out of it or else. And it's amazing how that works. Joining us right now is the sheriff of Frederick County, the last sane elected official in all of Maryland, I think. He is the one and only. He's America's sheriff, Chuck Jenkins. Hey, Chuck, good to talk to you, sir.
Larry, good morning.
What's gotten into Muriel Bowser? Have you been secretly advising the D.C. mayor? She is demanding that the district council remove any language in the charter that has to do with sanctuary policies. I guess I welcome it, but color me skeptical.
Well, I would like to think she's doing it for the right reason, to protect her city, her residents, her citizens. But I think it's the funding. I think she doesn't want to lose the funding. She realizes, the chickens have come home to roost. The president means business, and I think it's all about money with her.
You cynical man. Right now, just so people understand what the provisions are, at the moment, if someone in the country illegally is arrested of a crime in Washington, D.C., and they pop up on the system and somebody in ICE, federal law enforcement, says, hey, you got a bad guy there, hang on to him, we'll come over and get him. D.C. doesn't do that. In fact, law enforcement, unless there's a judicial order, cops are not allowed to keep that person. Is that how it stands right now?
That is correct, and that's the way it is in most jurisdictions and most counties. Supreme Court ruling says you can't detain an individual. I think that 48 hours is it. I don't even think D.C. holds them 48 hours, as most counties don't.
So, Sheriff, Trump
Larry,
declared...
wouldn't it be wonderful? I thought about... Go ahead.
Oh, no, go. No, you go.
I was going to say, Larry, you know what we've been doing in Frederick County for 17 years, right? It is a land of pleasant living. We enforce the law. We cooperate with ICE. We help facilitate a process for ICE to deport criminals. Wouldn't it be wonderful if every jurisdiction in America simply worked with ICE in that regard? Where would we be?
Glorious, yes.
Well, Sheriff, I live in Alexandria, Virginia, and the sheriff here actually put out a statement. It's not just that they're trying to be sly about it. He actually put out a statement saying that they will not cooperate with ICE. They won't use any facilities. They won't use any money to help ICE. Why do that? What is the reasoning behind it? Is it entirely political? I mean, I know this is a sheriff that is elected, but where is as a law enforcement official? He is a police officer. He's a sheriff. Can you speak that? It just amazes me.
It's really dereliction of duty. It's irresponsible. Yeah. It's bad judgment. All the above. It's strictly to get reelected. That's what it is. And you know what, Larry, Julie, I've been elected in my county 5 times. And this has been the maybe the best public safety program you could ever imagine. It's very, very cost effective. It's simply cooperating with ICE to remove criminals from your community, not releasing them back onto the street. How easy is that?
DHS has put out a list of jurisdictions that are currently following so-called sanctuary policies, which, by the way, we shouldn't even call them sanctuary because it buys into this myth, this lie, that people in the country illegally who are victims of crimes are reluctant to report them because they're afraid they're going to be deported. Let's first of all dispel that quickly, Sheriff. If there is an illegal immigrant in Frederick County and they have been victimized and they are the victims of crime, if they report it to you, are you going to deport them? Are you going to send them over to ICE after they've been, mugged or raped?
Absolutely not. As a matter of fact, there's a process to grant them basically asylum through a U visa process, which I sign off on all the time. If you're a witness to a crime or a crime victim and you're in the country illegally, that's a protection for you. And I fill out U visas all the time and sign them to protect individuals who are victims.
If anything, you gain more protections in this country right now afforded to you if you are the victim of a crime. So the entire thing is premised on a lie. So it's not sanctuary that's being offered because people already are extended protections. But look at this. This is just part of the list that DHS has put out. D.C., Montgomery County, Prince George's County, Cheverly, College Park, Greenbelt, Tacoma Park, Arlington County, Fairfax County, Prince William County, Alexandria. Now, obviously, Frederick isn't in there. But, Sheriff, it's the entire region here.
It really is. And you know what? All these jurisdictions have for years said we are sanctuary counties, sanctuary jurisdiction. You know what? Now it's time to own those consequences. If you haven't chosen to do the right thing, you own the consequences now. And that consequence probably is you're going to lose federal funding.
Yeah. You had to do with Alejandro Mayorkas. I wanted to ask you, Sheriff, what's it like? It's been about 125 days now. Can you describe what the difference is for you as a law enforcement official trying to keep the people of Frederick County safe? Now that you're dealing with Kristi Noem at DHS, you're dealing with Tom Homan, you're dealing with the Trump administration.
It hasn't really changed much because we have cooperated. The biggest change is ICE is now allowed to do their job. ICE ERO is working. They're getting criminals off the street. And just to let people know, the concern is we're going into schools, or ICE is going into churches, schools, hospitals. That's not the case. They're getting criminals off the street. Now, if they happen to encounter someone that's standing with a criminal on a street corner or in someone's home, that's what we call collateral arrest, and they're going to go with them. So it's not only the bad guys, but at this point, ICE is serious about this. President Trump is serious. Tom Homan is serious. This is no game. And everybody had to know this was coming. America has reached a tipping point.
You have always cooperated, and God knows the people of your county thank you for that. But what has it been like the morale among your staff? Because now you are working with an administration that at least praises that kind of cooperation and wants that kind of cooperation. Have you found that the people in your department are that the police officers are feeling better about things?
Yeah, actually, the police officers are feeling better about the current Department of Justice because when Donald Trump was elected president, the winds of justice changed. The winds are at our back. We're not fighting the Department of Justice anymore. Things are better. I got to tell you, most in Frederick County, which I call the land of pleasant living, the residents here are very, very happy with what's going on. They really are.
Yeah.
All right. So you're skeptical at this move by Muriel Bowser. You think this is just about the money, which, by the way, fine. Money can be a real motivating factor. If the district council refuses this and she doesn't have the votes, is it time for Congress to step in? Because I've got to think, because Frederick County is, just 40 miles from the D.C. border, if that. This major metropolis that has created this atmosphere of crime and permissiveness over criminal acts, that's got to affect your job. I mean, this will make it easier if they actually start obeying the law, won't it?
It would be helpful, absolutely. But the problem is Montgomery and PG counties in Maryland. The problem is the state of Maryland. The governor is wrong on this issue. The legislature is wrong on this issue. They've tried to create sanctuary jurisdictions over the years. They're completely wrong. So until Maryland gets on board with this, it's not going to help me a lot.
All right. Well, that's got to start in the governor. Now, is this your declaration to run for governor against Wes Moore? Is that what I'm hearing?
Well, Larry, I got to tell you, you made that pitch a couple weeks ago when I was on. I got to give this some serious consideration.
Yay.
All right. See, we should have you on more often now. I like
Yes.
that. All right. I don't want to push. Don't push, Julie. Don't
Okay,
push. Let
got
him
it.
get there.
No.
You just got to
get there.
Thank you.
But
Thank you,
I love
Sheriff.
serving as sheriff. It's been the pleasure of a lifetime being sheriff here, and I'll continue.
But you are considering the Republican nomination for governor.
We'll see. You threw the pitch. I'm gonna swing the bat.
Don't push, Larry.
There it is. Thank you. That's it. I'm no more pushing.
Take care.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Governor.